Hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Moses Bolarta, but you all can call me Lyle for short. And so with this video or screencast, as I may say, I will be presenting or demonstrating the use of MALTEGO. MALTEGO is an open source intelligence and forensic application that offers timely mining and gathering of information. I would be discussing some best practices for using MALTEGO effectively, such as determining the purpose of an investigation, using multiple sources, and understanding the difference between data and intelligence, and using the right tools. Tools in MALTEGO are referred to as plugins or transformation hub. And so with that, let me pull up my Kali box and start my demonstration. The first part of this demonstration will be conducting a passive reconnaissance with a Fortune 500 company. So this is MALTEGO, and as you can see, it says MALTEGO Community Edition. It is the free version of MALTEGO for pen testing for students. And we have here, if you see here, it says MALTEGO Transformation Hub. So these are plugins. These are plugins that you wanna install on MALTEGO to conduct your reconnaissance. On this field, for entity palette, this is where I find a domain plugin that I can use for reconnaissance. So what you do is just you drag it here in the middle, and as you can see, MALTEGO has already a predefined company that you want to conduct a recon on. So if you want to change it, you just double click on it and then type in the name of the company and type in the name of the company. Once that is there, you right click. For example, I'm gonna look for the DNS names that is associated with Grand Canyon University. So I go ahead, I accept the above disclaimer and hit run. At the bottom you'll see that it's running. On the right pane is the detail view, and at the bottom of it is the information above it. So as you can see here, it found a DNS name, or it could be a server, and what you can do is you can further your research by right clicking on it and look for other information. Like if you want to know about the IP address, you can just click on that and hit accept. So to avoid clicking on this, you click on remember this setting, so that way it doesn't ask you every time. And then let's wait for it to run. And so as you can see, it found an IP address that is associated with this name server. So what I want to do now is find if there's any associated email address on this NIC card. So what I do is go to the transform and look for, let's see if we can do a to email address from whoisinfo from this NIC card. And so it did. So we have this NIC card is associated with 3 email address. The other thing that I wanna execute on MALTEGO is trying to do an active reconnaissance. And how I do this is I'm gonna right click on the NIC card and I'm gonna look for the net lock, so and see if I can find any associated IP addresses within that subnet. And I did. Here's a result of the active reconnaissance. Here is a draft of my spear phishing email to a student named Moses Bollarda. And so I think this would be an effective spear phishing because I am motivating the student in a way with a scholarship assistance of a $5,000 while asking him to go to log into this website, which is provisioned or created with a web form that will forward all his information into my own private website so I can gather and collect those information when I conduct an attack on his account. There are many factors that involves in pen testing. You have to be aware of laws and regulations, the contracts, what's the scope of work, and preventing scope creep. And on top of that, you have to be mindful of a Christian worldview, where how do you make decisions ethically? Ultimately, a Christian worldview can provide balance and insight for understanding the ethical implication of technology and decision making on pen testing.